full moon again.
Yeah.
We have full moon in Capricorn 3 this time at that 29. The first one was 7 degree or 1 degree in like 14 minutes or 7 minutes or something like that. So, um, moon in Capricorn, sun in Cancer. We have a different configuration. So, Janessa, do you want to speak on this before you got to run?
Sure. Yeah, I guess right away I'm just thinking now at this point we've got Saturn retrograde. I can't remember the order from before, but I think that happened after the last full moon.
Yes. Yep.
Um, so yeah, that definitely like taints this and or takes us maybe in a different direction.
Literally.
Yeah. So that's quite interesting. And then yeah, that Pluto at 0 degrees there is just so close to the 29-degree moon. So I think it's kind of maybe putting a final emphasis on what this Pluto and Capricorn little 6 week stretch we're going to have in the fall might be like. Maybe it's a preview of that. Maybe it's maybe it's a preview. I don't know. They're very intertwined at this point. Um, yeah.
Yeah, because the moon is sextile Neptune. Neptune is trine. Is that right? No, Neptune can't see Mercury. But yeah, there's definitely some moving parts here that it feels very retrograde-y. It feels like a return of like, okay, we have to learn this song one more time before we can actually sing it out loud. So, Sonia, what do you have on this full moon? You want to talk about the Wild Way Oracle deck?
Yeah, well, in the context of Kira calls it responsibility, Austin calls it the throne. And he talks a lot about like the big desk, about the buck stopping here. You know, if you're going to occupy the big desk at the company or whatever, you are the person with the whole responsibility. And you have to take that responsibility and accept the consequences when things go wrong as well. So Nicola Allen-Art, she's given us the Capricorn elk. So I've checked which animal it is because I know we drew this card once before and I wasn't sure. But he's got all the like luxuries of where he is. He's reached the top of the mountain. He's achieved his goals. And he's got great respect, we feel. And he's got the influence, but he's also got this sense of duty, which is weighing him down, and the sense of authority. He feels that pressure and he grumbles that heavy is the head that wears the crown. With the power comes the responsibility, the expectations, the obligations, and the ability to increase our social status comes with that responsibility, and also to spend our resources wisely. So it's kind of finishing up that story that we started with Capricorn 1 of like assessing where we are and if we should be in a better place. And now it's like, well, you've got to that better place, but you still need to make sure you're allocating resources wisely. There's even greater responsibility now. You know, do you really want it?
Yeah.
Kind of, you know, did you want to be at that big desk? Because, you know, there's nobody to look up to once you're here. And obviously this conjunction with Pluto is the big one, because we know that Pluto is moving towards the moon, or the moon's moving towards Pluto. And that means that we're getting this illumination of those themes that Pluto in Aquarius, and Pluto will be in Capricorn at that degree. And what will be revealed then is likely to be important, you know, that universal neon sign saying, pay attention.
Yeah.
Throughout this month, and these two full moons, I feel are going to be significant in whatever they're wanting to show us. And also we've got that Mercury square Uranus happening at the same time. And Uranus is there with a trine to the moon. I never trust my notes. It's not a trine, is it?
Yeah, it is, because the moon's in Capricorn at the 29th, and then Uranus is up here in Taurus. So the elements, the earth signs will trine each other, but they're by like 3 degrees.
Yeah.
But then squaring Mercury, because they're both fixed signs. So the modalities aspect each other. So pretty closely within 28 minutes. So definitely talking to each other.
Yeah. So Mercury's spreading that message in the way that Leo is ready to communicate, and Leo sort of reflects the center and the king as well. And like with this being the big desk and the CEO, it's like this big message that somehow has to get out, and the sun being shone on it, even though the sun can't see Mercury, but that message is going to get out because the sun is there opposite the moon and Pluto, and reaching that Uranus in the same way, that unexpected, that pull to freedom, that element of the awakener as well. Uranus can be called. We can be woken up to something we weren't aware of before, those sudden insights that Uranus can bring, as he's reaching those last degrees of Taurus. So whether it is that primordial creatrix within you that Mars and Uranus woke up, you know, whatever's flowing through from this journey of this month, it feels important. So yeah, there's no sight. It's in Mars is bound, but there's no sight. There's no sight of Venus, the triplicity ruler, Mercury, the second decan ruler, and opposite from the sun, the decan ruler. So there's some challenges there for the moon. It's not totally comfortable place. You know, applying to Pluto isn't a comfortable place, especially when Pluto's retrograding back towards it. It's not a comfortable, happy moon, but it's got an important message, I feel.
Well, and like the moon will be on Pluto when the sun is opposite Pluto too. So, I mean, it does feel like if the luminaries kind of act as our eyes, you know, our left eye and our right eye, like really what are we going to see that Pluto is there to get our attention? It's almost like it's challenging, but maybe it's something that we just really do need to put our own eyes on.
Yeah, sort of an introduction to Aquarius, but also a sewing up of our Capricorn themes as well.
Yep.